Hello everyone, this is Vash Garmenicus from Genius and Ink podcast. I'm so excited to record this because I want to invite you all to join me on my Dante Divine Comedy Read-Along, which is launching in January 2025. Treat this post as your welcome pack. Here you can find everything that you need to join me in this exciting journey through hell, Purgatory, and then finally to Paradise. If there are any questions that were left unanswered and you still have something to say, to ask me, feel free to message me. There is a button at the bottom of this post which you can click and it will take you straight to my direct messages. In case if it doesn't work, there is also my email which you can use to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to answer any question that you have. Thank you so much for listening to this, and I'm going to proceed to this post. I'm really hoping to see you and joining me in this exciting read-along of Dante's The Divine Comedy. Join the 2025 Dante's The Divine Comedy read-along. Everything you need to descend to hell, pass through purgatory, and finally ascend to paradise. Beauty awakens the soul to act. From the Divine Comedy. An invitation. Hello friends, I'm excited to invite you all to join my Dante Read-Along in 2025. Together we'll embark on a deep exploration of the Divine Comedy, my favorite book of all time. So what do I mean by a read-along? We'll read one canto per week, taking the time to uncover the rich symbols, allegories, and hidden meanings behind each one. Divine Comedy consists of 100 cantos. There are 34 cantos in Inferno, 33 in Purgatory, and 33 in Paradise. Some call this a slow read, but I believe the key isn't in speed of reading, but in the quality of it. It's about savoring the story as deeply and joyfully as possible. We will descend to Inferno and then climb up to Purgatorio until we finally ascend to Paradiso. While Dante's Divine Comedy is a book that one can read and reread countless times, revealing new insights with each encounter, my hope for this read-along is that we can walk away feeling we truly know the work. To me, knowing means it has changed the way we live and act in the world. Every week, I'm going to read one canto with all of you, and we'll be sending you a post with a short summary of the canto to refresh your memory, with some philosophical exercises, which I'll explore later, and a detailed description of characters, symbols, and references so you could enjoy the book fully. Each article will have a voiceover so you can listen to it if you don't have time to read. There will be also a chat discussion group for each canto where you can share impressions or ask questions to other readers. But first, let's explore briefly why one should read Dante's Divine Comedy in the first place. 1. Why you should read the Divine Comedy. I could easily write an entire book on this topic, and here is the full article for those of you who have this post open on your devices. You can click on it and read where I delve into my love for Divine Comedy deeper. But allow me to share with you 3 brief reasons why you should read the Divine Comedy. First of all, it's beautiful, and you'll see it yourself if you start reading it. The second reason is that Michelangelo, Leonardo, Botticelli, Chaucer, Milton, Tchaikovsky, Liszt, Borges, T.S. Eliot, and an infinite amount of other artists and authors, composers were inspired by Dante's masterpiece, and they considered it to be divine. I think this is reason strong enough. And the third and the final reason. Dante's Divine Comedy is for anyone who has reached a painful point in life, where the past has ceased to make sense and the way forward is unclear. Anyone facing the future with confusion, anxiety, or despair. When the American writer William Styron emerged from his first major bout of depression, he described the experience by quoting a single line from Dante, the last line of Inferno, saying that he came forth and once again beheld the stars. E quindi uscimo a riveder le stelle. It is strange that sometimes you have to go through hell to reach paradise. So imagine you are in a bad or confusing place psychologically. Dante, after all, finds himself in the forest dark at the start of his poem. And then you try to find out, where did everything go wrong? How did you end up in a place you are right now? But while some writers and artists only point to disaster, but not the way out, Dante shows us sublimely and beautifully the way out. How we can examine the levels of our morals, ideas, thoughts and beliefs to behold the stars again. 2. What do I need to begin? First, you'll need a copy of Dante's Divine Comedy, of course, and I'm discussing which edition you should select in the next section. The second thing is that you need to turn on the notifications. Those of you who are listening to this article, please check the second section of this post. You'll need it to sit down perhaps on the desktop and turn on the notifications for Dante Read-Along. Or simply, if you are not subscribed yet, just click the subscribe button that is available in this post and you'll join the read-along. The third thing that you'll need, that's pretty much it, but one of the extra things that will add a lot to your experience, you can download free Substack app, which is available on iOS and Android. This app will allow you to join Dante Read-Along chat. It will allow you to access podcast episodes and to listen to voiceovers much easily. 3. Which edition should I choose? There are 3 great editions out there and available almost in every store, at least here in London. The first one is Everyman Edition with Alan Mandelbaum's translation. This is my favorite translation of Dante's Divine Comedy. And I'll read and compare the 3 translations that I list here at the end of this section. Mandelbaum's translation is smooth and accessible. It includes all 3 parts of the Divine Comedy, unlike some editions that only feature Inferno. It is just 1/3 of the work, and it offers helpful explanatory notes at the back of it. It also has wonderful illustrations by Sandra Botticelli. This is the translation I'm going to use. The second option was published, in fact, quite recently. It is a new edition, but a classic translation. It is Arcturus Epic Classics edition with Henry Longfellow's translation. Longfellow's translation, as I said, is a classic. Readers can compare the first 3 lines of Inferno, as I'm going to do later in this section. The edition that I mentioned here is beautifully designed. It features Gustave Doré's iconic illustrations. Those of you who have seen them know them. It's absolutely gorgeous. But this edition lacks explanatory notes at the back. And the third and the final edition that you can select is the Penguin edition with a translation by Robin Kirkpatrick. Penguin edition of Inferno is the one you will see more often in the bookshops. Once again, feel free to compare the first 3 lines, but let me say it this way. While $1 or $5 may not matter in the grand scheme of things, it is worth noting the differences. The Everyman edition includes all 3 books of the Divine Comedy, explanatory notes, and Botticelli's illustrations for £17. The Arcturus edition features Longfellow's translation. It includes all 3 books, and Doré's stunning illustrations for just £19, so £2 more expensive than Everyman one. And finally, Penguin edition contains only the first book, Inferno, with no illustrations for £16. I think £1 difference between Penguin edition and Everman edition doesn't change much, but it gives you so much better experience. And a final note, I want to say that it does not matter which edition or translation you choose, as long as you can immerse yourself in the flow of Dante's mind and fully embrace the experience. All of the editions mentioned above are excellent publications that you'll be glad to have on your shelf. And let us jump to comparing the very first 3 lines of each of these poems. Let's begin with Everman's. When I had journeyed half of our life's way, I found myself within a shadowed forest, for I had lost the path that does not stray. That was Mandelbaum. Now, Henry Longfellow's classic translation. Midway upon the journey of our life, I found myself within a forest dark, for the straightforward pathway had been lost. This was Longfellow's, and finally, Robin Kirkpatrick. At one point, midway on our path in life, I came around, found myself now searching through a dark wood, the right way blurred and lost. I hope it will be helpful to you to choose the translation, but once again, whichever one will immerse you into the experience is the right one for you to choose. Fourth, and but the most exciting perhaps part that I wanted to share is that I'm going to have some people on the team who will help me in this journey, and I would like to meet them. I feel privileged and fortunate enough to have 2 amazing people in this project. The first person is Lisa Stadler as the editor and contributor. You'll meet Lisa in her own words, and Lisa has been helping me a lot throughout this year by proofreading my pieces before they arrive in your inboxes. I have a weird perfectionism sometimes when I'm really scared that you'll receive an email with a mistake or a typo there. So Lisa, thank you so much for your help, and excited to have you on board. And the second person is Luana Montebello. She's joining us as our illustrator. Her beautiful drawings will embellish our read-along. So very excited. And some of you can see, those of you who have had a quick glance to this article might have seen that she has already designed our logo. And I think it's really wonderful. And she's going to make more illustrations to us throughout this year. Very excited to have both of you on board if you're listening to this. And let's jump to the section number 5 with the question, can I read at my own pace? Yes, absolutely. Every post, discussion thread, and character page will be carefully organized, allowing you to read at your own pace while staying connected to our reading community. Just keep in mind, the goal of this project is to make reading Dante both enjoyable and deeply meaningful to you. Any other questions? If you have, as I said at the start, click the button below in the section number 6, send a direct message to me or email me, and my email is included in the same section number 6 as well. Is the read-along going to be free? Yes, all the main material, weekly posts, character profiles, deep dives, and podcast is going to be free of charge. But of course, you're welcome to support this project by becoming a paid member. Every penny, every cent that you'll contribute to this project is going to be spent on books. Trust me, I don't buy anything else than books. So, and the final thing, when does it begin? It will start on Sunday, January 12th, 2025, and from that day forward, we'll embark on our journey reading 1 canto per week. If you're joining us, be sure to have your copy of the Divine Comedy ready by then. And as I said, it doesn't matter which edition you choose, as long as you have the book at hand by January 12th, 2025. And of course, actually, I would be really interested to hear your opinion, which translation you decided to choose, which flow, the flow of which is the best in your opinion. I'm really hoping to see you on my read along. And if you're interested, subscribe to my newsletter and I'll see you very soon.